hard, Mac. This is called old school.
That's right. You can fight Doc Lewis, though not in the game itself. In the game, sometimes Doc Lewis will tell you to join Club Nintendo while you're sitting in the corner.
Join Club Nintendo today, Mac.
If you do, Nintendo will send you a little reward which is known as Doc Lewis's Punch-Out. And in this game, you fight, you guessed it, Doc Lewis. In this game, Doc Lewis is training Little Mac and preparing him for the WVBA. This was a pleasant surprise because you wouldn't expect someone who looks like Doc Lewis to be quite an experienced fighter. However, it turns out that Doc Lewis used to be a renowned boxer in the WVBA before he retired to become Little Mac's trainer. First of all, everyone knows that Doc Lewis's personality is seriously entertaining.
Hey, Mac, baby. I don't want to run this surprise, but I got you a matching leotard for your birthday.
His personality is fleshed out well in the fight against him as well, showing mentorship and some lighthearted humor. As for the fight against him, there are 3 difficulties in this game, and sparring mode is where Doc Lewis shows what he can really do. His fighting style is pretty basic, consisting of all the basic moves, and he can recover his health by eating his chocolate. But Doc Lewis gets serious when this happens.
Check this. No! Now you done it. You won't like Doc when he's angry. Ah!
I could not stop laughing the first time I saw this. From here on, the fight becomes really tough, and he even pulls out his trump card by being able to use the Star Punch, which is also Little Mac's signature move. You only have to bring down his health bar once, much like King Hippo. But even in his current state, the difficulty tells me that he could even give Piston Hondo some good competition. Ultimately, his personality, backstory, and the fight itself put Doc Lewis on this list as number 6.
Nice one. Ooh, son. You about ready for some chocolate cake?
Aha! Ole!
As a Hispanic myself, I'm inclined to like Don Flamenco. He's a ladies' man hailing from Madrid, Spain, who apparently also took up bullfighting. As I said earlier, Punch-Out is known for creating stereotyped characters, but let me tell ya, they went above and beyond with this guy. His catchphrases are seriously groan-worthy. He constantly has a rose with him, he dances the flamenco on the boxing ring, and his flamenco rendition of the Punch-Out theme pretty much nails it on the head, but it also makes it one of the best songs in the game. Also, for some reason, he has a longing affection for someone named Carmen.
Carmen, mi amor!
Who is Carmen anyway? His girlfriend? His wife? His... Oh. Well, backstory aside, the fight against Don Flamenco is a lot of fun, but very challenging, which is appropriate for being the champion of the major circuit. His fighting style mostly consists of uppercuts coming from several directions, but he will also trick you out by throwing in some quick jabs, as well as his signature move, the Rose Flurry, which is a series of hooks. How he executes the Rose Flurry also depends on whether you're fighting him in contender mode or title defense mode. In addition, if you damage him enough, you'll reveal that he's actually wearing a toupee. So once you knock it off, he becomes furious and the battle becomes much harder. Don Flamenco provides a very challenging fight as well as a particularly memorable character, making for a boxer worthy of the number 5 spot. Hasta el próximo, Don Flamenco.
TKO!
Soda Popinski takes the number 4 spot not just for what he does in the game, but also for providing some interesting facts about his creation. Soda Popinski hails from Russia, and his caricature is just as over the top as Don Flamenco's, such as wearing red and training in freezing conditions. However, what's with his obsession with soda? Well, as it turns out, Soda Popinski was known back in the original Punch-Out as Vodka Trunkenski. But Nintendo changed the name and the obsession to avoid controversy, especially since the Soviet Union wasn't exactly looked upon with smiles back in the day. Anyway, Soda Popinski is the second fighter you face in the World Circuit, and the fight against him, as expected, is among the hardest in the game. His fighting style mainly consists of uppercuts and some tricky hooks, but the main reason the fight is hard is because Soda Popinski leaves very little time to react to his telegraphs, and his punches pack a huge wallop. Not to mention, if you don't react fast enough, Soda Popinski will take out a soda and drink it to recover a crap ton of health. I myself raged a few times trying to beat this guy, but he certainly makes for a truly memorable character. Lastly, his Russian choir rendition of the Punch-Out theme is awe-inspiring. Soda Popinski, despite his rehabilitation from vodka, remains a true favorite among Punch-Out fans and takes the number 4 spot on my list. Dang it, now I need a soda. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm good. Who's next?
Viens te chercher. Allons enfants.
Glass Joe is a total wimp. Seriously, he's a frail French guy who has a 99-match losing streak. But that's what makes him so great. Glass Joe is in the game for the sole purpose of being a wimp and giving gamers a good laugh. First of all, Glass Joe hails from Paris, France, and I just love how obvious they had to make that. Seriously? A baguette? Can it get any more obvious?
Bonjour. Bonjour.
Yep, it can. Aside from his hilarious personality and caricature, Glass Joe is the first boxer you fight in the game, and it's pathetic how easy it is to beat him. His fighting style mostly consists of uppercuts and jabs, and he even has a signature move which I call the France jab. All really easy to dodge. However, Glass Joe surprised a lot of gamers, myself included, with how much he ramped up the difficulty in title defense mode. He wears a protective helmet to shield him from face blows, and he becomes much quicker and trickier. While it was surprising, it was still pretty easy. While Glass Joe fails to provide the player with a decent fight, he is arguably the most memorable of all the boxers, not just in the game, but also in Punch-Out history. And you can bet your croissants that you will be seeing him in the next Punch-Out game.
She sings.
Whew boy. Where do I begin with this guy? Great Tiger hails from Mumbai, India, as his caricature reveals, and he's definitely one of the most unique boxers in the game for several reasons. Let's begin with his personality. Great Tiger reveals through his dialogue that he is ready to crush you. However, he keeps a calm behavior throughout the fight and he's very level-headed, a respected characteristic among boxers. His appearance is pretty cool as well, what with the tiger stripe pants, turban, and awesome mustache. In fact, now that I think about it, a lot of boxers in this game have some pretty sweet mustaches. Anyway, as for the fight itself, it's one of the most unique fights in the game. He's the second fighter you face in the major circuits, so the fight against him is a fair challenge. But what really sets him apart from the other boxers is his fighting style. In Contender mode, he telegraphs his moves by flashing a jewel on his turban, and he attacks mostly using uppercuts and jabs. However, he adds his own twist by being able to disappear into thin air, as well as creating illusions of himself. His signature move, the rushing magic attack, utilizes this by having himself and his illusion shift positions to fake you out from an oncoming uppercut. Title defense mode, however, is where he really ramps up the magic and the difficulty. He telegraphs his moves by having his jewel flash a certain color that corresponds to what attack he's going to use, but considering how quickly he attacks, it doesn't make it any easier. His rushing magic attack becomes very difficult to dodge now that he rushes you with two uppercuts, one real and one fake, and not only do you have to see which one is which, but also dodge in time to avoid damage. Also, he is one of the few characters in the game that actually has 2 signature moves, because he also adds the blinking jewel combo, where his jewel flashes a series of colors that correspond to the order of his chain of attacks. As a whole, Great Tiger is one of the best boxers in the game. His caricature and personality are fleshed out very well. The fight against him is one of the most unique and complete fights in the game, and this guy is just downright memorable. However, as with all competitions, there can only be one champion. Alright, before we get to the champion of this list, let's recap. Number 15, King Hippo. Number 14, Super Macho Man. Number 13, Von Kaiser. Number 12, Donkey Kong. Number 11, Bald Bull. Number 10, Disco Kid. Number 9, Bear Hugger. Number 8, Piston Hondo. Number 7, Mr. Sandman. Number 6, Doc Lewis. Number 5, Don Flamenco. Number 4, Soda Popinski. Number 3, Glass Joe. And number 2, Great Tiger. For those of you who have played the game already, you should already know who my number 1 is.
Let's go! Let's go!
Of all the boxers in this game, I couldn't think of anyone else to take the number 1 spot than Aaron Ryan. He hails from Dublin, Ireland, and everything about him is just seriously entertaining. Let's start with his personality. The guy is insane. No, really. As the Fiery Joker explained in his top 15 craziest characters list, the guy is a sadomasochist, which is revealed in how much he enjoys pummeling Little Mac, as well as the cutscenes of him punching himself. His insanity is also revealed in his appearance. One look at his facial expression will tell you that this guy's head isn't screwed on right. Also, his caricature is surprisingly subtle. While he's obviously Irish, his heritage is only depicted through his accent, the 4-leaf clover on his shorts, and the fact that he gets up from a knockdown only when the referee reaches 7. And then there's the fight itself. It's freaking amazing. Aaron Ryan is particularly challenging, which is appropriate since he's the first fighter you face in the world circuit. But like Great Tiger, his fighting style is what really sells it. By that I mean this guy cheats. A lot. He attacks mostly with uppercuts, but he's always moving around the ring, making it impossible to attack him head on. Also, his signature move is a headbutt, where he springs himself from the ropes to slam your face in with his head, which is powerful and, might I add, illegal. He also scores points since he is the only boxer in the game where it is almost required to preemptively attack him. In title defense mode, he still attacks in the same fashion, but he becomes much faster and he actually brings a weapon with him. Seriously, does the WVBA even care about boxing protocol? Apparently not, because in title defense mode, Aaron Ryan will also try to sneak in some extra damage by swinging his weapon as he gets knocked down. And finally, his Celtic rendition of the Punch-Out theme is amazing. In the end, Aaron Ryan is an awesome boxer. His personality and caricature are incredibly entertaining. The fight against him is complete and unique, his appearance is fitting, and he provides gamers with both laughs and frustration, making him the champion of the top 15 Punch-Out Wii boxers. I am the Green Scorpion, see you guys next time.
TKO!
You can always take a whooping.